Love is what I got. I said, remember that. All right, buckle up. So apparently this dude makes six figures and somehow he's still broke. And I think he's also a doctor. So that's not adding up. But it looks like he's effing had it. So let's hear him out.
I'm 41 years old. I went to school for 8 years and paid back 80 grand in student loans to become a physical therapist with a doctoral degree. I've been making six figures for 12 years now. Long time, whole boatload of money. I am broke. Our mortgage, we're lucky enough to own a home.
Okay, off rip. I'm already thinking just like you are. How? How are you broke? Please show me. I want to see the fuck. I want to see it. Off rip.
Our mortgage is not an overtly huge percentage of our income. We're not big spenders. We don't even spend on vacations because another piece of privilege is I married into a family that actually has a vacation home on a beach or near a beach. It's very nice. We don't pay to stay there.
Already this video is pissing me off, but he seems like a pretty likable guy, so. But it's irking me. It really is.
We're not big spenders. We drive two used cars. And the cost of living has nearly forced us to sell our house and move in with my mother-in-law, I guess. I don't know. I didn't go to school for as long as I did and pay back 80 grand in student loans so that I could be broke. This economy is horseshit.
Yeah.
It's
Write that down. Write that down. That's going to be the title of this video. This economy is horseshit. ... Something's not adding up, though. It's just not. Hold on. Before he keeps going, let me look at the comments. This guy goes, I don't buy it. There's something he's not telling us. Okay, hold on. The math ain't mathin'. With all this inflation, six figures is not a lot of money anymore. Simply disgusting. Something in this guy's story doesn't add up. Yeah, we got to see. We're going to get to the bottom of this fucking guy.
it's absolute horseshit. Every day I wake up, I seethe with anger.
No,
I seethe with anger.
it's not good, man.
And I work in home health and I drive through the countryside and I see gorgeous, 3, 4, 5,000 square foot houses. They're being built brand new and they're being built by boomers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody who's 41 years old right now has $500,000, 750 grand to spend on a brand new house.
I mean, well, most of us don't.
The average American household income is like 75 grand. The average American income for a household needed to buy a house is around 125 grand. It's insanity.
Okay, I think he has a wife, though. Like, maybe put her to work, get her out on the corner, trick her out. I don't mean that literally. I just mean in general. Something ain't right about this.
The only reason, get this, the only reason that I actually have been prevented from selling our house is because of TikTok. I have another account with, it's coming up on 190,000 followers. My wife and I randomly had a video get 32 million views. And overnight, we were content creators. And at that moment, it was an absolute life preserver that we started making money from our content.
Weird world.
TikTok has kept us, and we do monetize on YouTube as well, but not nearly to the degree of TikTok. TikTok has kept me from having to sell my house. If you'd have fucking told me when I was in school, when I was at the classroom building downtown, studying at midnight and probably into the early morning for a test the next day or the day after that, that, hey, one day, the only reason you won't have to sell your house because of the cost of living is because of this social media app that you're going to make videos on, and people are going to watch them, and that's the only reason you won't have to sell your house. And I haven't talked about any of this directly to this point because I guess the tariffs today doing what they're doing to the stock market, and on top of that, China pushing the pause button on the TikTok deal because of the tariffs against the Chinese, the nation of China. It put me over the edge today. So I really hate it here. I really hate it here. And again, let me make sure you guys understand. I'm a straight, white, raised in church guy. You know, people like me run the world. I get that. There's a whole lot of privilege behind what I'm saying, but wow. Wow.
He goes, I couldn't imagine 20 years ago sitting in school if you would have told me that I was going to be posting videos on an app called TikTok, that would save me financially. Not having a doctoral degree. Oh, no. And then if you would have told me, hey, one day, straight white men with blue eyes are going to be just as fucked as every other race, I wouldn't have believed you. Something still doesn't... Okay, if you live in California, New York City, but even then, dude, two people, I understand one single cat, just one dude out there on his lonesome. Might be a little rough, but take home $100,000 a year, you should still be okay. He's not a big spender. He's not gay. He is white. Doctoral degree. Did we say the doctor thing? 6 figures. 6 fingers. Count them. I'm still having... I do get it, but you should be at least not stressing and being totally broke at that level. I'm having a hard time. Even living in California, you could still get a place for $3,000 a month. You could still somehow save $500 a month. Or maybe you can't. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe my bills are just so low. I don't know.
What a shitty way for this all to have turned out. If you'd have told 18-year-old me, yeah, you're going to get a doctorate in the healthcare field. You're going to be a physical therapist. You're going to help a lot of sick people get well. Oh, by the way, by the time you're 41, you won't be able to fix your own car.
Loser.
I had to borrow money from my parents last fall when a hurricane came 300 miles inland.
No.
And it damaged my roof. I did not have the money to pay the insurance premium so that my house could be repaired.
I will say one thing, because I do own a house. I got it inherited. I still pay a big mortgage. Not huge, but it's still bills. It's not just like, here's a free house. You're good. You're have at it. No, that's not how it works. But for instance, last year, between the plumbing and a new air conditioner, $10,000. 10 grand right out of my butt. Just like that. I said, I'll be inside counting the money. Just tell me how much it is. So to be fair, I get that aspect. But at the same time, something still ain't adding up. Something's smelling a little suspect here. Or maybe it's just that bad. I don't know. Probably both.
And then my car needed a lot of work done to it. Don't have the money for that. My dad just so happens to be, another piece of privilege, just so happens to be a brilliant mechanic. And he fixed it. and you know, I'm going to pay him back for the parts, but he's saying, don't worry about paying me back for the labor. Probably $1,000 in labor. It's roughly $1,500 to fix my car, which I use for work. Yeah.
So, dude, it just doesn't make sense. $1,500. You should, with that kind of income, you should have no problem. Yo, this guy needs to do some, unless he's just bullshitting us here, but that just isn't making sense. It's just not adding up.
So, unless people keep watching our videos on this app, on that other account, we're going to have to sell this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Also, I have high cholesterol, and I got put on 10 milligrams of rosuvastatin, which has cut my LDL cholesterol in half, thank God, because I don't want to die of a stroke in my 50s.
No, you don't.
Or a heart attack. But I'll just bet the stress of this entire financial situation has contributed to that. But there's no time for that. Got to go back to work. So, I don't know. You know, the president signed a 75-day extension because China pushed pause on the deal. I don't know. Yeah, other millennials, you let me know in the comments, man. I know it's not going well. It's not going well. I can't buy my wife a present when I want to. I can't buy my daughter a present when I want to. There's no money. There's no money.
Okay, he didn't mention the kid. All right, got a wife and a daughter. Is the wife working at all? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you get yourself a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home girlfriend. Oh yeah, six figures is just that. $100,000 a year, that's cutting it close. Throw a kid in the mix, yeah, forget it. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It is kind of crazy to think though. Like, I'm even doing the internet money thing. It is bizarre. It really is bizarre. I get that. Kid, wife, especially if she stay at home. He didn't say nothing about her working. Now, if she's working, something's up. But then you got daycare. How old's the kid? You know what I mean? Okay, let me see this. With all this inflation, all right, let's get down to some more comments. 6 figures and still broke? Start frugal living. I make less than him, pay a mortgage, no vacations, etc. Yet things are expensive, etc. But we are doing fine. I don't get it. Yeah, he threw the kid in the mix at the end of that conversation. And then also, we're not sure if this wife of his is working or not. Besides the TikTok money, which this shit varies, okay? Inflation has made a $100K salary into $50K in 5 years. Yeah, of course. 6-figure salary and you're struggling? Question mark. Even with this economy, he goes, you should be doing fine. This guy responds, killer advice. You're not alone. We didn't vote for him. We're all paying the consequences. Okay. My husband left after 31 years. I stayed home with the kids for 18 years. Never thought I would be worried about money at 61 years of age. It's terrifying. You're not alone. 2 degrees here between my husband and I. Can barely make it. 2 seconds away from being homeless. Okay, that's extreme. This guy is making 6 figures here. Pretty, I get it. $100,000 a year. It's only $8,000 a month. I mean, think about it, though. $8,000 a month. You got a stay-at-home wife. Now I'm just throwing words in this guy's mouth. Stay-at-home wife. You got a kid. Yeah. That's going to go pretty fucking quick. That's how fast that's going to go. It's going to go real fast. Real fast. And especially if you're making 6-figure like for me, I just cleared my first 6-figure year. I owe the government $20,000. Yeah. Yeah. And that's after I wrote everything off that I could, any which way possible. You name it, I tried to write it off. $20,000. So, and W-2 people get taxed the most, so that's the worst. And I was W-2 for years, I get it. I'm retiring in 4 weeks, right in time to watch my 401k tank. I make 30K a year, not broke, paid off a house at age 35, now 71. That's why I'm fine. No debt. Yeah, a little bit different times there, but yeah, that's just incredible. This guy's story seems a little bit iffy. This one right here. Let's read that one more time. We're gonna end on that note. I make 30K a year. I'm not broke. Paid off my house early. I'm now 71. That's why I'm fine. No debt. A man with no bills is a rich man. But how low can you go? How low can you go? Can you bring her down low? Is your grandma a hoe? Probably. I don't know. I'll leave this guy's information down below, but I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that. Anyways, you guys want to preserve your money? I am working with a gold company, Atlas Bullion. I'll leave their link down below. Even if you're not making that much money, you can get yourself some mailbox gold. It's kind of subscription based. Gets sent to your house every month. You don't got to think about it. Dollar cost average. I make about $1 for every $100 you spend. It's slivers. This is more for you. Invest in yourself and don't end up like this guy. Because if he was just putting away few $100 a month in gold for that past 10 years, he'd be sitting on a little bit of kakish kabushki. You know what I'm saying? And you do the math, you do your homework on the gold. It's kept up with inflation, and even if you're not rich, like most of us, like all of us, it's a way you could put your money away. And I wish I started doing it sooner. Anyways, God, hell of a talk. I don't know. This one was hard to believe, though. Not really. Kind of makes sense.